Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. And today we're going to be looking at a new flyer. Now, instead of a cargo ship today, we are going to be looking at a police gunship. Now, this doesn't have any sort of specific name. I've just kind of been referring to it as a police gunship. Now, this is based off of the new flight computer V4, which in all intents and purposes is exactly the same as the V3, just a little bit smaller and a bit more compact with some new sensors and stuff. And this actually is the V4 here, so you can get an idea of what the size is. So, heading back over to this, the kind of idea here was a lightly armed gunship that could be used by like a sci-fi police. So you've got a pilot, you've got some guns on the wings here, and you've also got some seats if you have extra personnel or say criminals or whatever. You can put them in these seats and carry them around. Now the flight computer itself is tucked into the body in here, and it's got a 3-point lift system, so you've got 1 point here, 1 point there, and these two thrusters are considered a single point at the rear. So let's go ahead and hop into this and look at how it flies. Now this is all built on stream, so a lot of the design here took some inspiration from what people on the stream wanted. Some of the things like gun placement, the air intakes. I had the general idea already, just we had to build it and we took some votes and things like that. So let's go ahead and pick it up. Now, the controls here look really complex, but they're really not. This works the same that all of my other flyers would. 3 is the on-off switch, 1 is down, 2 is up, and everything else is not necessary to fly the vehicle, just some added features. So, one of the things, 4 is your machine guns. They're not the most powerful things ever, but you do have some firepower. And they do tilt, so if I press 5, they go down, if I press 6, they go up. That's because the craft itself can't tilt in any way, so I made the guns able to rotate. And these guns tilt on a single bearing using the same setup that I rotate the thrusters on, using a controller that is pulsed on and off really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those off. And then we have 2 more controls, actually 3 more. 7 allows the vehicle to strafe left, and 8 allows the vehicle to strafe right. This is reusing the turning thrusters that are already inside the vehicle, and this is the first vehicle I've made to have this strafing capability, and it makes it really easy when flying around to help you dodge trees and stuff, because just turning to dodge stuff isn't always the best. Being able to strafe out of the way is much easier. And last but not least, you have 9, which turns on the lights and sirens, which I'm going to turn up the game audio real quick so you can hear that, because it's really low, unfortunately. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what we're listening to. And I'm going to turn that off just because it's annoying. But you do have some flashing lights here at the rear, on each side of the wings, and in the front of each wing. So turn that off, and let's get to flying. Here in a second, I'll open it up and we'll be able to look at some of the guts of this flyer. But it does use a new W and S converter, which was inspired by the W and S converter Opisek was using during our little multiplayer challenge we did recently. So it's a little bit more compact than my old design with the 3 engines. It is much easier to use. So let's see if we can dodge some trees. And right now I'm towards the edge of the map, but let's get in here near some trees. This is not going to work. I don't have smack. But I guess that does show the flight computer's ability to compensate for even drastic changes like hitting a tree. I really did not plan that flight very well. I'm going to go in first person just because it is much easier to fly in first person. One thing that is a bit of a pain is the ability to lift is very slow, and I am absolutely awful at flying this all of a sudden. So, since I managed to crash it awfully there, let's go ahead and just show you how to take the vehicle off and do all that. So there's a step you can get up to the cockpit really easily. Hop in, press 3, which turns all of your lights on and the whole system on, the computer and everything. 2 to increase, and it should be able to take off by itself without any major input from you, the pilot. So I'm still holding 2. And we're off the ground. Give it a second to figure itself out. Get a little bit more altitude. And we're going to try and fly this again without crashing into everything. There we go, we're leveled out. Let's go first person. And I fucking hit the on-off switch. That was brilliant of me. I just struck the ground. I do need to equip some sort of a better way to go up and down. Increasing and decreasing the thrusters does work, but it's not foolproof. Now, I don't know if I can actually fit through here. Let's try this. 7 to try not to strike that tree. I'm hitting all of the wrong controls here. Here we go. Let's try this one more time. I'm very much concentrating, trying not to crash here. Damn it! Damn it! Oh well, we're still flying. We've got a sturdy system. We're still able to do everything. However, if we had passengers, they'd really hate me right now. So there we go. That is the little police gunship. I'm happy with how it looks. It looks all right. There's something missing, and I'm not quite sure what it is. However, overall, it turned out really well. It has the firepower I expected it to. I didn't want this to be like a military craft with full-on cannons and all kinds of stuff strapped to it. So I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and gut this real quick to get an idea of what's going on underneath the hood. So here is the flight computer. It does have a extra suspension glitch for turning, but other than that is my standard setup that you would expect with some turning thrusters as well. Back here you have some thrusters that go for the reverse, and the back you can see the thrusters that are forward. Other than that, there is the new W and S converter. Like I said, this was inspired by Opisek's design, just modified a little bit to be a bit more compact. Now, the thing is, it's all in one bearing, so I can easily swap W and S. And I'm not 100% sure if it's more compact than my design, but it is significantly simpler. And then back here, you also have the siren and the lights as well. And these are done with just 2 ToteBot heads. So I am going to end the video here. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Enjoy the channel, enjoy what I'm doing. Please subscribe, it helps out a lot. And right now, shares help the channel the most. So if you do want to help out the channel, please share this episode with a friend. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for sticking around, and until next time, peace.